Hi, this is Sarah with Greene Thumb Acre, and I would love to do a garden tour today. A little about myself. I am a Navy wife. I have 4 children, 3 girls, 12, 8, and 6, and a 15-month-old boy. And my husband's in the military, so he's not here much, but I definitely have enough projects to keep me busy, and the girls help me out a lot too, which is nice. So I am going to start with my garden tour. And let me try to flip the video around if I can. Okay, so here is the outside of my garden. I'm going to try to back up. My garden is about 35 to 50 feet big. And my peas are doing amazing this year. They have grown at least 6 to 7 feet. This fence is a 5-foot fence, and as you see, the peas are growing well above it. I have this great elastic cord. It's like a sewing cord that I use to help tie back my peas. But with all the rain and with their height, they have just kind of bent over, but they are still growing well. My 6-year-old Francesca, want to say hi? Is helping mommy weed. So we have, let me see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 15 garden beds. In this bed I have some marigolds, basil, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes, and then I have some suckers that I pulled off and I put in the bed, and we will see how they do. And not each pole has just 1 tomato. Many of the poles have 2 tomatoes. Over here I planted cucumbers along my fence, but this is probably my worst year for cucumbers yet. They are not growing well, and I think it's because of all the shade that these peas are letting off. More marigolds, and I have King Arthur peppers. I have Baron hot peppers and paper lantern hot peppers. That was kind of like a tongue twister. I have onions, some eggplant. Over here I have a fig tree that I did not cover for the winter, and I transplanted it over here, and I have one little stem coming up. Okay, and on to the next bed. We're actually behind the bed. I'm going to try to go slow so I don't make you dizzy. I have 3 sunflowers a neighbor gave me, and as you can see, there's tons of overgrowth. I have to do a ton of weeding. I have a nice little sitting place where I like to have some coffee in the morning or a drink in the PM. And I have some perennials that I've planted along with blueberries, some hostas, a bird bath. And then I have some asparagus up this row. You can see it getting all nice and feathery. It's going to be dropping seeds. I planted about 50 asparagus this year, so they will be good for next year and then or the year after. Some onions here. They're not doing fantastic right now, but they're doing okay. And I have cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, some more tomato plants, and I have some beans. I have dragon's tongue bean, I have cranberry beans, and I have like the big bush beans. I think they're called provider beans. The broccoli is looking good. Getting some nice broccoli heads here. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I have more asparagus, some sunflowers, some beans crawling up that pole, some strawberries, and here is my pond. We made this pond this year. We had one in the herb garden, but it was not deep enough. So this is over 3 feet deep, and it's over 6 feet long. We've got a frog right there on the lily pad. 2 beautiful lotus flowers, which open in the morning. And we have 9 fish. And those are water hyacinth, along with this, it's not like a hay bale, but it has netting on it, and it helps to be something that helps to make like a filter, rather, to keep the water clean. But we have 9 fish. We have, let me see if I can remember all their names. A big white koi is Precious. A big goldfish is Unicorn. We have a black goldfish with big eyes, and he's Cheeks, after my son. And then we have Sunny D, Bubbles, Ghost, Red, Weezer. Let me see. What was the other one's name? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm missing one fish. We will see. I'll remember it at some point. Here's another of my figs. It's doing much better than the other. And in this garden bed, if you can see in the back row, I have lots of potatoes growing, lots of weeds as well. So I have more cauliflower and cabbage. And I have 3 small rows of parsnips, beets, and carrots. There's my 6-year-old Francesca helping mommy weed. Only pick the weeds, not the carrots. Good job, Franny. Some more beautiful heads of broccoli over here. More tomatoes. I have tons of dill that is coming up. I had some dill seed that I spilled 3 years ago, and now every year it comes up, and it just gets more and more every year. My 6-year-old Francesca and my 8-year-old Sadie love this. They come every day and pick some dill and just eat it. So I have peppers and eggplants and tomatoes. Everything I've started from seed. Potatoes, I've bought the potato seed. And the onions, I've bought the little teeny onion plants, but everything else was started from seed. The types of tomatoes I'm growing in my garden are Mountain Fresh, Jasper Cherry, let me see, Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye, Yellow Brandywine, Speckled Roman, and Big Beef. The beans I have, which I think I already said were the provider beans, the cranberry beans. Oh, and I also have the red noodle pole beans, which are supposed to grow anywhere from 12 to 16 inches. Let's look at this back one. We have some beautiful cabbage forming. I think this will be ready to pick soon. And these are definitely giving off some shade to the potatoes behind, so we will see how that does. Over here, more potatoes, cabbage, and we have the parsnips, the beets, and the carrots. Oh, and I just happened to see, this is purslane. This is a weed, so to speak, but it is edible, and I love this. You can saute it, or you can put it right in salads, or eat raw right off the, right in the garden, which is great. I have a rhododendron over here. I have 4 Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes, my mom gave me from her garden. I have some more. It's really hard to tell because I need to keep up on this weeding, but it's been kind of crazy. More asparagus. This is my compost pile. It is loaded with worms, absolutely loaded. Lots of overbrush here. I have my sugar snaps, sunflowers, honey bear squash, butternut squash, and those red noodle beans that are crawling up. This is an old greenhouse frame that I had bought a while back, and during a storm in the fall, a tree limb had come and broke the plastic from the outside. So I took it and I planted peas all around it, and now I'm going to have the butternut grow up when the peas are done. What do you have, Franny? Let me see. Where did you get that? In the compost? That's a little baby red Norland potato. There you go. And once again, these peas kind of fell over because of the rain and because of their size. I have them all along the back. And I've already picked 5 pounds now of peas. More zucchini, butternut. Over here in the corner, this is just something growing up on its own. The compost used to be there, so that will be a surprise. Oh, and I see some flowers. I see some zucchini started. That's really exciting. And the sun is starting to go down, and I just absolutely adore this time of day. I love it here in my garden. And I have more in my herb garden and more on my deck, which is pretty big. I'll try to get a good shot of everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please look for more videos to come. Thank you.